Hello friends, today we're going to do the most amazing, let me share my screen. Here we are. What's this thing called? The mantis shrimp. Sometimes it's called the peacock mantis shrimp. Oh my goodness, he's so rainbowy. Let's do a new share. Here's another picture of him. You got to see this video online. It shows what incredible talents that the mantis shrimp has. And here's a nice picture of like the whole body. We're going to try to do the whole body and learn the parts. And I just like one more share picture from my there's his face. Isn't he cute? He's amazing. The mantis shrimp is absolutely loaded by the Lord, his creator, with everything he needs to be amazing. Just like you. You are loaded with everything you need to be amazing. So today we're going to do some really cool DIY scratch art. We're going to make our own scratch art paper, but you're going to need oil pastels, especially these light colors. I usually don't use the dark colors because they don't contrast with black paint very much. Speaking of, you're going to need some black paint. I happen to have this big jug that has cracks in the side, so I just squirt out the cracks, but it's acrylic paint, black. And then you need some dish soap. This is not the best dish soap for this project, but it's what I have. You want Dove. I like dish soap like Dove or just the normal kind people use to wash their dishes. Not dishwasher soap, but you know, like dish soap. So you have black acrylic paint, dish soap. You're going to need scrap paper for drawing practice, and then thick paper like cardstock. I happen to have a piece of watercolor paper that one of my students didn't follow instructions in class, and they tried their bunny and then they got a new piece of paper. In our class, we use our mistakes and then we learn how to absolutely learn new skills on the same piece of paper until it's done. So we try not to ever waste good cardstock or especially watercolor paper. It's expensive and you can learn stuff through. The next thing you need is a paintbrush and a bowl, because you're going to take your black acrylic paint and squirt some Dove dish soap in there and mix it up with your paintbrush. And then you're going to be covering up your oil pastels later. So looks like, and then you just need oil pastels. And then I have a skewer. This is, I guess, for kebabs or whatever on the grill. But if you don't have a skewer, you can use a screwdriver, like a little metal end. Or you can even take like the end of your, like a paintbrush, and then stick it in a pencil sharpener. And then it won't have any lead in the end, but it'll be sharp. And it'll look kind of like a skewer after you sharpen it. So that's one way to get your own skewer for scratch art. Your paper is going to look like this, but have beautiful colors underneath, and then we'll scratch our mantis shrimp out of it. All right, so I'm going to pause here, and you can collect the things you need, and then we'll at least start drawing our mantis shrimp first. If you don't have all the other things, you can practice drawing your shrimp first. So get your scrap paper and your Sharpie. There we go. All right, to do the mantis shrimp, you're going to start off, move some things around here. Very good. We're going to start off halfway in the paper, kind of put a finger in the middle, like here's my two sides, here's the middle. I'm going to do his, I think it's called a carapace. It's like this rectangle-y shape that's softened on the corners, like that. This is going to be, you can see how I have lots of room for his face, his antenna, and then this is the halfway point, so he'll have enough room for his body and his tail, okay? So there's our first part for our little guy. Let's give him this little piece. I give him a piece here and then a longer piece here, and this little cup holder for his eyeball. So he has a nice round eyeball, but then it's projecting out. It's kind of like a foundation, another longer piece, and then a short little holder piece. His other eyeball is behind him with some of the same maybe we'll do this. And then there he goes. There's his other eyeball. The cool part about these mantis shrimp, oh, can I just recommend you guys get a Sharpie pen? Because having a Sharpie fine point fat one and then a skinny one is super fun, especially later if we do black and white drawings. But these guys have this incredible trinocular vision, and they have this crazy, they can see spiral light that no other animal can. They have 3 times more color photoreceptors in their retinas than humans do. God has just absolutely loaded these guys with amazing talent. Under his 2 eyes, we're gonna stick these long, skinny things. It's like this little holder, and it comes in like 2 little parts, and then he has 3 wispy. Ready? I'm gonna use my Sharpie pen. You can use a pencil, a permanent marker, whatever you're using, but really wispy little things that are like antennae. They go like that. So he has 2 of these guys, one here, and he's just feeling the sensing around him. Let me give him another one here. And I'm gonna do this really skinny. Woo! See how I start low and then I lift to make it skinnier at the end? Just so cool. I love it. Anyway, there we go. We got these little guys here, and then he has this, the beautiful things that look like, I don't know what these are, distractions when he's going to fight. But he has 2 of them, one on one side, one on the other, and they look like butterfly wings, don't they? Well, under these beautiful rainbowy, feathery looking guard things are his huge, talented puncher. And I'm gonna just, behind these things, you got these 2 little loops. They're like loop earrings or like 2 butterfly wings. Behind them, he's gonna have this like massive, let's see. What does this thing look like? Like a rectangle, and then I'm kind of like smushing rectangles to like give them like this curving down. Rectangle, 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 but they're kind of like smushing before you get to his puncher. His puncher goes down and then from up here around. Boom. And there he has a puncher. So it's kind of like his bicep here, and then his like inverted elbow going ding, 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 and then his bam, puncher. This is the talented puncher thing that we're like, what? Nobody else has one of these. God created the mantis shrimp with this puncher things. It's called a smasher. Some of them have spears and some have smashers. And what happens is he can punch so fast at he goes 0 to 60 miles an hour in 0.2 milliseconds. Absolutely so fast with this shocking puncher that with 200 pounds of force that it leaves behind this cavitation bubble. It's a superheated bubble that you can't see. It happens so fast. It's as hot as the surface of the sun. But if he misses his enemy, guess what? It leaves behind this superheated bubble that can absolutely dismember or kill the enemy. Boom, just like that. So fast, so hot, so fast. Oh, it's crazy. Well, that's a front of him. He also has some other floaty, crazy looking things. But let's go to the middle of his body now. So here's his eyes, his little feelers. He has his 2 rainbow, leafy looking, fluttery butterfly wings, and then his amazing puncher. All right, don't worry if it looks weird. Well, I mean, they go in all kinds of positions. So you can say, oh, my puncher is in a weird position. Well, maybe he's in the middle of a punch. So don't worry if it doesn't look like mine, because not all of them do. We're gonna have 3 sections that are kind of skinny right here. They're a little bit flat on the top, like that. 1, 2, 3. And underneath these skinny little rounded rectangles are going to be these long little guys. Ready? Long rectangles, and these have 3 parts: a long, medium, and short. And then they have these funny little hairs on the bottom, which you can use your skinny Sharpie pen or your big Sharpie. But these are like little feelers too. I don't know what they all do. I did not read all about the shrimp. Just enough to go, oh my goodness, this thing is the coolest thing ever. Lord, you have such creative ideas when you're creating. So here's his carapace, there's his eyeballs, here's this middle part. I wonder if it's called a thorax. I don't know. That was not on the paper that I looked at. Now we're gonna do 5 more sections, but they're gonna be wider than these. So they're kind of like this, one, and they can kind of curl around or they can curl up, but it's up to you. They're rounded and they're fatter than these. 1, 2, I think I'm gonna curl mine down, 3, 4, and it can get a little shorter toward the end, 5, and then he has this like, I don't know, it's like a Japanese flag, one of those like kite flags. It's like, I don't know, what do you think that's like? Or sometimes I make people's bangs like that with these little rectangle-y squares. That's like right by his tail. But after this, God made him with another of those feathery things that are like this teardrop oval shape, and then these furry hairs around them. And it's like a red fur, but they're like fuzzy and super colorful. You can use your skinny marker for this part, or a red or colored pencils. So cool. So that's the end of him, the mantis shrimp. Underneath these 5 sections are going to be these floaty, feathery swimmer things. And it goes like this. It goes like this. It's going to be like a rectangle, then a triangle, and then a floaty oval with those little feathery hairs all around it. For each of these 5 sections, they get this. So it can be whoop, this way. It can be tilted that way. Tilted this way. However you want. They like push the water and they help them swim. Whee! They're just gorgeous. It's so crazy. I think maybe that's why sometimes it's called the peacock mantis. Okay, we have almost all of the shapes. One thing he's missing are hidden behind his puncher, and maybe we'll have it like poking out over here. It has like a long piece, a short piece, and then an oval with a hook. He has a bunch of these in the front, but they're like hiding behind these feathery things, so you don't see them in all the pictures. But I'm just gonna put a couple so we remember he has these super cool things. I'll put one here too. Woo. Isn't it crazy? Oh my goodness. The mantis shrimp is gonna be our picture that reminds us how God gives us everything we need to obey him quickly. So under mantis shrimp, I'm gonna write this: lightning, obedience. The Bible talks about how your faith is dead if you're not obeying the Holy Spirit. It's like, no, don't say that you believe in God if you're not going to obey him. Well, the mantis shrimp, it's like when he goes for it, when he's confident and decisive and he does his quick punch, well, God gives this magic bubble to him that actually finishes the job if he misses. It's like this superpower of grace. And I think in the same way, when I obey the Lord, and I'm just like, I'm going to obey my parents right away, even when I don't feel like it. Or when the Lord has that still, quiet voice inside and says, hey, go forgive him. Go do something nice for that little boy that called you that mean name. Or she wouldn't share with you. Well, go find something and share it. I know what she likes. Oh, how about let's go make some muffins for that lady who was mean to you at church. Whatever it is, there's always going to be people that are triggers in your life that make you want to just protect yourself and not obey the Holy Spirit. But the Holy Spirit, He's faithful to quietly say, hey, this is what I want you to do. And if you obey super fast, you do that generous thing or that quick forgiveness or that kind word of encouragement, don't forget, superpower of grace. God sometimes will just go for it and finish the job with supernatural power and make things happen that never could have happened in your own strength. Don't forget the beauty of obeying the Lord quickly in love, showing that God is a God of love and He gives you everything you need to love well. Okay, I'm going to pause it now and get ready for our next section.